Stiff One of the Week brings us to your friend, Scott Hall. And this was on one of our shows. It was on a U shoot. And about Vince McMahon in a meeting talking about his first homosexual experience. You were there too, Kev. Let's see.
I remember when Vince called me in. You got to remember, this is a whole different era. That we're not allowed to fight on the floor. You don't hit guys with chairs, nothing. It's all, and they're real big on family entertainment. And so Vince calls me in, and they're doing the Goldust angle, and he goes, "We're going to do this Goldust angle. We're going to do this thing with you." And he goes, he's going to be, he's going to be in love with you. And I remember thinking like, what? Like, I just went through a long angle with Sean, and I worked with Kev, who's like a big killer, and then I'm thinking. And he goes, "Let me tell you about my first homosexual experience." And I remember me and Kev were both sitting in Vince's office at TV. And I looked at Kev, my first thought was, as opposed to your most recent, like you and Warrior on the bearskin rug. But, sorry, Vince. But I remember, he was telling me about...
And what the hell did he tell you about?
No, he was telling me about when he was living in North Carolina. He said, I was hitchhiking one time. But see, and I don't know anything about Vince's past, but I'm thinking, hitchhiking from where? The pool to the country club? Like, what? And he said some guy picked him up and was like rubbing his hand on his leg. And I'm thinking, okay, now you're telling me, what does this have to do with wrestling? But I remember being a little resistant to it because I remember being really resistant to it because that wasn't the way we were doing business then. Now, it was great, and it did a lot, they put a lot of time in it, and everything, and I don't know. It was, if you look at the early Goldust stuff.
Do you remember it,
really
Kev? Do you remember the meeting?
Across homosexual vibes.
Oh, yes. Yes. Scott and I have rehashed that conversation numerous times. Yeah.
Got a props for the bearskin rug reference.
It's just, I swear, it's, I was so blessed to spend like 33 years of my life with that human being. I mean, it's just like, oh, I didn't know what, because I don't know what you're going to pull up. So, I mean, to me, that's, and then it was like later on, like, so like the angle goes a little bit forward, and Scott's sitting there with his son, Code, and him and Cody are watching it, and like Goldust unzips his outfit, pulls it over, and there's a heart across it. It says Razor. And Scott's got to explain to his son why this freak's got a heart.
How old's Cody at the time?
God, maybe 10, 11.
That's great.
Enough to scar you.
Yeah. Interesting perspective you have, because you were there in the lean years and then when things got crazy. So you did your TV tapings with cold cuts and bread.
And not only did we did I work during the fucking lean years, I was a pretty intricate part of making sure that everybody got paid and there were good years.
Yeah.
I mean, Scott and I left to get guaranteed money.
Yeah.
Was a game changer.
Well, that's what I said. You bridged that gap. You were there for the lean years, and then you moved.
Well, I didn't bridge it, man. I built it.
There you go. There's a shirt.
Built this city.
Merch.
Built this city on fucking rock and roll.
Let me tell you.
I'll tell you what. What would have happened? 1996. Scott Hall asked, "Hey, would you like to fucking make a move? Maybe bring your partner over? Do this NWO thing?" Scott looks at him. Fucking tired. Just fucking tired.
If